Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces June 30th, 2022. Today's new moon occurs today, and it's a time of new beginnings regarding heartfelt pursuits. It stirs your romantic feelings, desire for pleasure, and creativity. You are more aware of your need to entertain, be entertained, celebrate, enjoy, and share yourself with others. This new moon pushes you forward on a personal level, whether it's about romance or personal enjoyment and expression. It's time to rediscover the playful side of life and your nature. However, it's best to ease into new beginnings. Aim to pace yourself and allow the process to unfold, especially with the Sun squared Jupiter today. Jupiter encourages you to enjoy comforts, while the Sun wants you to move out of your comfort zone to find new pleasures and channels for expression. Respecting your limits and avoiding promises and inflated expectations can help tremendously now. There's a time and place for everything, and this is a time for love. This is especially true when considering today's new moon in Cancer, as it will ignite your romantic fifth house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression. To top it off, amidst wandering through your fourth house of home, family matters, and innermost feelings, Venus will harmonize with lucky Jupiter via your stability-seeking second house of comfort, finances, and value systems. That means, if you're wondering whether your loved ones will approve of this connection or if they will vibe in your sacred space, you're in for a sweet treat from the heavens. Ride this creative wave. New ideas or ways to style your work to make it your own are possible during the new moon in Cancer. Listen to your heart to see what is calling your name. Making intuitive decisions about the flow of your work could lead to something wonderful. Plus, you may find that it is easier to step into your professional self-expression since Neptune is now retrograde in your sign. From now until the end of the year, Neptune retrograde will unveil your most authentic yet professional self, which can be represented in your work. If in whatever you do for a living, you don't feel as if you make enough money, this is the time to do something about it. Are you sure you are doing everything you can to earn as much as possible? Or is it possible you have wanted to change jobs for quite some time now, but subconsciously something is holding you back? What do you think? Your energy and drive have no bounds. If you had it your way, you would do everything and at the same time. Even though your interests are varied, you should concentrate on what's relevant. Involve your friends and relations in particular. You will spend wonderful moments together, and have great memories of them. Work is a drag, but only if your coworkers are bored. They're likely to cause trouble without really meaning to. It's best if you skip out or find a way to isolate yourself for the time being. You're optimistic, willing to take risks. Self-reliance and the charm you possess gives you great confidence. If you suffer the indignity of being turned down by a potential date, this has little effect on the way you feel. There are people out there who appreciate what you offer and willing to share their love with you. You could be picking up some new skills or talents today. A project that you are involved with at home might stir your curiosity. Maybe you will be doing something at home on your computer. You could decide to research a topic on the internet and find out more. Or you could be doing some hands-on chores like painting or building something. You'll enjoy tinkering around and taking things at your own pace today. Expression is the key today. This vibration day is certain to work well for you when it comes to communication. Now is the time to express your expectations and ideals in both business and personal relationships. Don't be surprised if when communicating your wants and desires, you gain some closure to past issues that had appeared to be irresolvable. Take time this evening to enjoy your favorite hobby and unwind in general. Without a creative outlet, your sentimentality can become overwhelming. To have the moon in a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart in the heart of the working week is something that should be easy to ignore and hard to embrace. However, on the other side of yesterday's new moon and with the backing of the Sun, this is something that you don't say no to. While the moon will leave tomorrow, the Sun will not only stay on but will gain even more backup over the coming weeks. Before life gets too busy, it is the playful and creative side of life's fence that is getting a boost. The moon is not only still in your romantic sector after yesterday's new moon but is reaching out to forces on the adventurous front today. While this is something that the moon will do with each monthly visit, this time the spirit of romance and adventure not only has the sun's endorsement but the enthusiasm created by yesterday's new moon. Our eyes in the sky. There's a lot going on in the universe today, starting with Neptune in watery Pisces heading retrograde. Over the next few months, you'll be forced to wake up from your daydreams and face the reality of what life is throwing at you, which can be somewhat of a rude awakening for some people. Luckily, your intuition will still be working for you, helping you to make tough decisions as your delusions all but disappear. A new moon in water sign Cancer adds to your emotional moodiness, putting the people you care most about in your spotlight. Not being able to help them is your biggest nightmare, so get ready for a busy day of trying to do favors for and coming to the defense of friends and family who need you to run interference or play referee. The Sun squares Jupiter in Aries late in the day, reminding you to keep your expectations low, and a Sun-Moon conjunction in sensitive Cancer emphasizes the relationships with the people in our lives who give off major feminine energy. If one of them lets you down now, it will be very difficult to deal with. Most interpersonal problems can be dealt with in a positive way, but it's uber important to keep your emotions in check. After midnight, Neptune stations retrograde in Pisces. When the planet of fantasy, illusion, and magic is direct, the proverbial wool is pulled more firmly over our eyes. We fall prey to the folly of optimism, becoming susceptible to subliminal messaging in media, or making improper assumptions within our relationships. While our idealism can make for poetic or romantic moments, we are less firmly rooted in reality. However, when Neptune stations retrograde, the veil of illusion is lifted, causing us to see our circumstances with improved clarity. We might be confused at what is revealed at this time, experiencing disappointment akin to waking up from a dream where we have won the lotto or wound up with our unavailable love interest. We see ways in which we have allowed ourselves to be deceived, or ways we have deceived ourselves. Yet, we also can use new revelations as a jumping-off point to participate in the world in healthier ways. Neptune will move backward until December 3rd, so seek to reframe burst bubbles as learning opportunities during this time. We are not ready to give up on our past, content to punish ourselves. Under this influence, we are brave enough to imagine that our lives might look different if we do the work. Following this aspect, the moon begins its void of course, suggesting that we focus on what must be released and purged, rather than immediately trying to fill empty space with something new. Replacement therapy can be valid, but this is an occasion where stillness and self-awareness are all the replacements we need. In the morning, the moon enters Cancer, ending its void of course which began early last night. We are just a few hours shy of the Cancer new moon, and the next 2 days will find us more entrenched in Cancerian concerns of home, family, and security. Our emotions may fluctuate more than usual now, however, this influence intends to show us that our feelings are a strength rather than a weakness. During this lunation, we come to a better understanding of where, and with whom, we can safely express our vulnerability.